Today, we dive into the training camps of two fighters, boxing legend Mike Tyson and social media sensation Jake Paul. Separated by generations, their methods showcase a clash of old-school grit versus new-school precision. Let's take a look at how they each prepare for this epic showdown. Imagine the scene. Two fighters, separated by generations, preparing for one of the most unexpected boxing showdowns. On one side, we have Mike Tyson, the living legend of heavyweight boxing. Despite being well into his 50s, Tyson's training is a throwback to his prime. His workouts are an intense homage to the raw, punishing routines that made him the baddest man on the planet. Tyson's training philosophy is simple: grit, perseverance, and a relentless work ethic. He still wakes up at the crack of dawn, focusing heavily on conditioning, stamina, and explosive power. His daily road work, spanning 4 to 5 miles on the treadmill, is just the warm-up. He combines it with brutal rowing sessions, hitting thousands of reps a day, a testament to his insane level of dedication. In contrast, Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer, follows a more modern, data-driven approach. Despite being a relative newcomer to the sport, Jake has quickly adapted to professional training standards. His regimen is a blend of traditional boxing drills and contemporary fitness techniques, emphasizing agility, reflexes, and strategic strength training. While Tyson relies on sheer power and raw conditioning, Paul's workouts incorporate advanced technologies, personalized coaching, and a focus on injury prevention. The younger fighter's daily routine features high-intensity interval training, advanced plyometrics, and a heavy emphasis on building his stamina through diversified cardio exercises. This clash of old-school ferocity and new-age precision sets the stage for a compelling face-off. In essence, Tyson and Paul embody two vastly different training philosophies. For Tyson, the path to victory is paved with discipline honed over decades. His belief in hard, repetitive training without shortcuts contrasts with Paul's more nuanced, science-backed approach, which leverages modern techniques to maximize efficiency and recovery. At 58 years old, Mike Tyson's training style remains heavily rooted in old-school boxing fundamentals, similar to the approach he took during his prime in the 1980s and 90s. For his upcoming fight against Jake Paul, Tyson has doubled down on a rigorous and explosive regimen, focusing on maintaining the signature power and speed that earned him the nickname Iron Mike. Despite his age, Tyson's methods showcase the tried-and-true techniques that have made him a legend, emphasizing raw power, intense focus, and mental toughness. Mike Tyson's day starts before dawn. By 4 a.m., he's already out for a 5-mile run, a habit he's carried over from his prime. For Tyson, early mornings sharpen his mental edge, instilling discipline and building stamina. His regimen is intense, involving high-mileage road work and brutal conditioning sessions, all dedicated to maintaining the raw power that made him the baddest man on the planet. Even in his late 50s, Tyson's workouts involve extreme conditioning exercises designed to maintain his physical endurance. He incorporates a mix of high-intensity interval training and strength training. Tyson focuses on building explosive power through exercises like kettlebell swings, heavy bag punches, and plyometric drills. His legendary neck workout, aimed at improving head movement and absorbing punches, is still part of his routine. This exercise, which involves a weighted neck harness, has been a staple since his prime. Tyson's trademark training with the heavy bag remains unchanged. He uses 300-pound bags, unleashing powerful combinations for several rounds. His technique focuses on body shots, uppercuts, and hooks, punches that he mastered early in his career. Tyson's heavy bag work is complemented by Mitt sessions with his trainer, where they drill combinations at a rapid pace. Even at 58, Tyson's hand speed is impressive, and his focus on footwork and head movement is clear evidence of his elite level of skill and muscle memory. Unlike Mike Tyson's old-school, no-nonsense approach, Jake Paul embraces a modern, tech-driven training style that reflects his rise as a social media star turned professional boxer. Jake's regimen is designed to enhance his agility, speed, and endurance using innovative techniques and the latest sports science. Paul's training camp focuses heavily on analytics, advanced technology, and a data-centric strategy, tailored specifically for his matchup against a veteran like Mike Tyson. This section dives deep into how Jake Paul's modern training methods differ from the more traditional methods of his opponent. Jake Paul, in contrast, wakes up around 7 a.m., beginning his day with a warm-up cardio session, focusing on short sprints or cycling. Jake's mornings are more controlled, emphasizing muscle activation and flexibility to prevent injury. Leveraging modern recovery techniques from the get-go, he prides himself to train efficiently without overexertion. Jake's conditioning training is far more technology-driven. Collaborating with sports scientists, he uses tools like heart rate monitors and GPS trackers to optimize his output. His strength training emphasizes functional exercises, battle ropes, sled pushes, and resistance bands, all designed to build lean muscle without sacrificing speed. Plyometric training, including box jumps, targets agility, allowing him to stay light on his feet. Tyson's drills center on powerful striking and traditional boxing fundamentals. Each session with his trainer on the mitts hones his signature combinations of body shots, uppercuts, and hooks. The focus is intense, and Tyson's hand speed and head movement reflect decades of muscle memory, sticking close to the ferocity that made him a legend. Paul's drills, meanwhile, focus on precision and technique, incorporating digital punch trackers to measure his speed and power. Slow-motion video analysis allows his trainers to catch and correct any flaws in real time. His drills aren't just about hitting hard, but hitting smart. Virtual reality, VR simulations, give him an edge in visualization, letting him practice counterattacks in a controlled digital environment. Full-contact sparring is at the heart of Tyson's preparation. His partners are carefully chosen to mirror Jake Paul's style, helping him anticipate his opponent's moves. Tyson's approach to sparring is a testament to his old-school mentality. He believes it's the best way to prepare for the intensity of the ring. For Jake, sparring is strategic and data-driven. His sparring partners mimic Tyson's powerful, inside fighting style, giving him a chance to adapt to Tyson's approach. Paul's trainers closely monitor the volume and intensity of these sessions, ensuring he doesn't overtrain and that he maximizes recovery time between rounds. Tyson's recovery is a blend of traditional and modern methods. Ice baths, massage therapy, and stretching keep him limber and reduce inflammation. His diet is rich in protein, focusing on lean meats, eggs, and nutrient-dense foods to maintain muscle mass and energy. Paul's recovery regime is high-tech, employing cryotherapy, infrared saunas, and compression therapy to accelerate muscle repair. Each post-training session is a scientific approach to recovery, maximizing performance by prioritizing efficiency and injury prevention. Tyson's mental preparation has always been a weapon in the ring. Visualization techniques help him sharpen his focus, imagining each punch and dodge long before he steps into the ring. It's a mindset honed through years of experience, rooted in the killer instinct that fueled his early career. Jake's approach to mental conditioning involves sports psychologists and mindfulness. Using cognitive behavioral techniques, he manages the high pressure and expectations, keeping a calm and clear mindset. He employs VR simulations to mentally walk through the ring walk, preparing for each moment with calculated precision. Intimidation has been Tyson's signature. His stare-downs, intense presence, and aggressive persona are all part of his psychological game plan. For Tyson, the fight begins long before the first bell, and his goal is to shake Jake's confidence before they even step into the ring. Jake Paul has shown a great deal of respect for Mike Tyson in the lead-up to their fight, acknowledging Tyson's legendary status. However, he remains confident in his ability to leverage his youth, modern training methods, and data-driven strategy to secure a victory. Paul believes his unique approach, combining traditional boxing fundamentals with advanced technology, gives him an edge over the aging yet powerful Tyson. Jake's goal is to demonstrate that his unconventional path to boxing stardom, bolstered by innovative training, is just as valid as the old-school methods of the sport's legends. Mike Tyson is revered for his legendary power, which has remained a defining feature of his fighting style throughout his career. At his peak, Tyson was known for his knockout ability, possessing raw strength that could end fights in a matter of seconds. Even at 58 years old, his power remains formidable, making him a serious threat despite the age difference. Tyson's strength doesn't just come from muscle, it's rooted in his technique and deep understanding of the physics of punching. His famous uppercut and hook combinations are still devastating weapons that he can deploy at any moment. Tyson's footwork, honed through years of the famous peekaboo-style training under Cus D'Amato, remains impressive. He uses this unique style to create angles and slip punches effectively, allowing him to get inside his opponent's guard quickly. Despite his age, Tyson's training videos show glimpses of his old explosive movement, and his power punches are still capable of delivering knockouts, even against younger fighters. While Tyson's strength is undeniable, his weaknesses also need to be considered. The most obvious factor is his age. At 58, Tyson is far from his prime, and no amount of training can fully counteract the effects of aging. His stamina and endurance are naturally lower, which could make it challenging for him to maintain the same intensity over several rounds. Tyson's previous fights in his later years, including his exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr., revealed that while he still has power, his speed and reflexes have noticeably declined. Paul's psychological warfare plays out on social media. Through posts, videos, and trash talk, he tries to get inside Tyson's head, questioning the legend's ability to keep up with a younger fighter. Paul's confidence comes from his self-belief, built up through managing criticism and doubters since his rise as a boxer. Tyson's power and experience are formidable. His instincts and technique make make him dangerous, especially if he can close the distance. Paul's youth, agility, and data-backed methods are his greatest advantages. His stamina and conditioning could help him wear Tyson down over time. Tyson's age means endurance could be a factor, and his reflexes, while sharp, aren't what they were in his prime. Paul's inexperience against seasoned boxers could be his downfall. Facing Tyson's power and intensity may expose gaps in his defense. In this matchup, Paul will likely use his modern flair and confidence to try and unsettle Tyson, while Tyson will rely on his aura of fear and intimidation. It's a clash of old-school intimidation versus new-age showmanship, and the psychological battle could play a pivotal role in the outcome of the fight. The strategy will likely involve pressuring Paul early, using his power and experience to end the fight quickly before his stamina becomes an issue. Tyson's best chance is to capitalize on Paul's inexperience, using his angles and powerful combinations to overwhelm him. On the other hand, Jake Paul's strategy will focus on patience and movement. He needs to avoid getting trapped by Tyson's aggressive advances and use his superior stamina to drag the fight into the later rounds, where Tyson's age could start to show. Mike Tyson's fighting style is one of the most iconic in boxing history. Known for his aggressive peekaboo approach, Tyson's technique was built around explosive power, speed, and pressure. The peekaboo style, taught to him by his legendary trainer Cus D'Amato, involves holding a high guard with quick head movements. This allows Tyson to evade punches and counter with devastating force. His trademark uppercuts and hooks have knocked out some of the best fighters of his era. Tyson's ability to close the distance quickly and land powerful combinations made him a feared opponent in the ring. Jake Paul's fighting style, on the other hand, is a blend of modern boxing techniques and a more cautious, calculated approach. Unlike Tyson, Paul has had the advantage of integrating contemporary sports science and data analytics into his training regimen. His style is built on fundamentals, with a focus on utilizing his height and reach advantage. Paul often fights from a distance, using jabs to control the pace and set up his powerful right hand. His strategy is less about raw aggression and more about patience and precise timing. The technical differences between the two fighters are striking. Tyson's peekaboo style requires him to get in close, slipping punches and attacking from the inside. His short, powerful punches are most effective when he's within close range. Jake Paul, by contrast, relies on keeping his opponents at arm's length. His reach advantage is a key part of his game plan, allowing him to land jabs and set up power shots without putting himself in immediate danger. Tyson's style emphasizes head movement, body shots, and rapid, compact combinations. He typically aims to work the body early on, weakening his opponents before going for the knockout with his signature uppercut. Paul's technique, on the other hand, revolves around maintaining distance and counterpunching. He often uses his left jab to control the fight and looks to land his strong right hand when his opponent drops their guard. In terms of defense, Tyson relies heavily on his head movement and quick reflexes. Even now, he shows a surprising ability to slip punches and counter swiftly. Paul's defensive strategy is more conventional. He uses his reach and footwork to avoid getting hit rather than slipping punches up close. He's also shown a good ability to roll with punches and reduce their impact, which is crucial when facing someone with Tyson's power. The stark difference in their styles makes this fight intriguing and unpredictable. Tyson's approach is rooted in a time when boxing was all about pressure and power. He's likely to go for an early knockout, aiming to overwhelm Paul before he has a chance to find his rhythm. Paul, however, might try to weather the early storm and use his younger legs and modern tactics to keep Tyson at bay. In many ways, this fight is as much a test of psychological endurance as it is of physical strength. Tyson will be aiming to intimidate Paul to get inside his head and make him doubt his abilities. Paul, however, is used to being the underdog. He thrives on proving people wrong and has made a career out of shocking the world. His mental toughness, developed through years of dealing with public scrutiny and intense pressure, could be his secret weapon in this fight. In combat sports, the mental aspect can often be the deciding factor between victory and defeat. Both fighters know this well. Tyson, with his years of experience, understands the importance of keeping a clear, focused mind. He's spoken about the dangers of letting emotions take over in the ring, emphasizing the need for calmness under pressure. For Tyson, mental conditioning is about controlling his primal instincts and channeling them effectively, rather than letting them lead to reckless aggression. Paul's mental conditioning focuses on maintaining composure, especially when things aren't going his way. He's faced criticism throughout his career, with many doubting his legitimacy as a boxer. This has forced him to develop a mindset that's resilient and unshakable. Paul's psychological training helps him stay disciplined, stick to his game plan, and avoid the mental traps that Tyson might set for him. As the fight date approaches, the psychological tension between these two fighters continues to build. It's clear clear that both men believe they have the mental edge, and this will play a crucial role in determining who comes out on top. Up next, we'll take a closer look at the intense physical conditioning both fighters have undergone in the final phase of their preparation as they push their bodies to the absolute limit in pursuit of victory. As the date draws closer, both fighters will continue to fine-tune their training and ensure that they are physically and mentally prepared to face each other in the ring on November 15th, 2024. It's a showdown between two contrasting worlds, Mike Tyson's ferocious, time-tested training and Jake Paul's modern, data-driven approach. Tyson's relentless drive and fighting instinct will meet Paul's agility and technological edge in a battle that's as much about eras as it is about skill. As they step into the ring, it's anyone's fight to win or lose. The question remains, will old-school grit or new-school precision prevail?